Let's go! Let's go, man! You have to please excuse my voice in this video in case there are times where I struggle to speak because I literally lose any part of my voice. I do apologize right now because I was screaming at my TV throughout the entire game this afternoon, man. I barely have a voice right now, so you'll have to excuse me if there are points where my voice is struggling. But it's so worth it after that win, baby. Let's go! Just when you thought this team was done, just when I thought they were, just when I thought they were done, just when you thought they were done, just when we all thought they were done, they come right out there. Bro, it was 3-0 entering the bottom of the 5th inning before that comeback started. They looked dead. They looked dead. Comerica Park was booing. We pulled Casey Mize for really no reason, and then, you know, hole and load the bases with nobody out. Finnegan gave up 1 run that was charged to Finnegan, or a charge to Holden. I can't even talk right now because I'm so excited. Please bear with me, man. Whew. Hold and load the bases. Finnegan came in. 1 run was charged to Holton, but he got out of it. Still, though, it was 2-0, and then Finnegan the next inning gave up another run to make it 3-0. The bullpen was struggling. 2 of your more reliable arms in that bullpen, too, nonetheless. The offense was doing nothing. The vibes were so bad. I was preparing to come in front of this camera and be like, well, season's over. Congratulations to Seattle. Then bang! And then bang! 9 unanswered runs from this Tigers team. The offense wakes up and explodes. Troy Mellon comes in there on the bullpen and absolutely shoves one like he's Braun Breaker, man. An absolute dog, baby. An absolute dog. It was looking like this was going to be another bad loss for the Tigers, and then bang! Throw up the postseason W's, baby. Tigers comeback win in Game 4 of the ALDS to force a winner-take-all Game 5 back in Seattle with the best pitcher on the planet. Taylor Scoop on the mound, go for us, baby. I'm done predicting what this team is going to do. I'm done predicting what this team is going to do. I felt so good about this team after we won Game 1. For similar reasons, it's like, all right, we have Taylor Scoop on the mound going for Game 2. Like, we have a really good chance to win this game and come back home up 2-0. We didn't win that game. That sucked. I felt great about that game, too, and then we ended up losing. And then I felt awful. We all felt awful after that Game 3 performance, after that Game 3 loss for the Tigers. The vibes were not great coming into this Game 4. I talked about it in last night's video. The vibes were not high, man. The vibes weren't high for me. They weren't high for really any Tiger fans, I feel like. The vibes were not great going into this Game 4. And look what happened, bro. We're talking about a win right now, man. We're talking about the Tigers going back to Seattle, forcing a winner-take-all Game 5 with Taylor Scoop on the mound. I am done predicting what this team is going to do with regards to Game 5. Whatever happens, happens. I'm not going to sit here and predict what's going to happen. I'm going to try not to gloat so much about the fact that Taylor Scoop, the best pitcher on the planet, is going for us in that Game 5. Whatever happens, happens. I am done predicting what's going to happen, man. But yeah, regarding this win, though, for the Tigers to force that Game 5, let's go. Let's go. With your backs against the wall, you look dead. Comerica Park is booing you, which they should have, by the way. Until that bottom of the 5th inning. Again, they looked dead. They looked done. Like, Comerica Park should have been booing. I would have been booing, too, if I was there. But, yeah, man. Just, your back's against the wall, your fans are booing you in your own park, the vibes are not great, it looks like you're done, and you just lock in offensively. Like I said, Troy comes in there on the bullpen for you and shoves like the dog that he is, and then Vest locks it down there in the 9th inning. What a comeback win for this Tigers team. What an offensive explosion. I can't believe this Tigers offense did that. I can't believe this Tigers offense just did that, bro. 9 unanswered runs with homer after homer after homer. Like, who was this team? We better not lose like 1-0 or something stupid for Game 5. we better see some offense carry over into Game 5, bro. I am going to be so mad if we lose 1-0 or something ridiculous because the offense doesn't do anything in Game 5, bro. But we'll worry about that when the time comes, man. Nonetheless, though, I can't believe this Tigers offense just did that. I cannot believe we're talking about a win right now. If you would have told past me, like, top of the 5th inning, middle of the 5th inning, that we'd be talking about a win right now, I would have called you crazy. But here we are, baby. Let's talk about this Tigers win. Whew. Please give me a quick second to take care of some business, and then we will talk about this Tigers game for win. I first of all want to show some love to sponsor this video, Michigan-based Roast Summer Coffee. A lot of you already know the routine by now, but just in case you don't, hot coffee, cold brews, chocolate. Get yourself a nitro cold brew. Let's cheers to this Tigers big game for win, baby. Visit our website, roastsummer.com. Link is in the description below. If you find something that you want to try and make it order, you can always save some money on the order by using my code, TonyD. Shout out to Roast Summer, thank you once again and that response in this video. And also, if you all do me a favor, leave a like on this one, hit that subscribe button, hit a postseason hobby dinger, a postseason hobby bomb on that subscribe button. I would very much appreciate it. That takes care of the quick business that I need to take care of. Let's talk about this Tigers win now. Again, man, I don't mean to repeat myself here, but seriously, I cannot believe we're talking about a win right now. They look dead. They look done. Not only in this game, like in the 5th inning, going into the bottom of the 5th, but again, as we talked about last night, coming into this game, like that loss last night, I talked about it in my video, like the vibes were just so bad with the way they lost that game 3, offensively, defensively, starting pitching and bullpen. Nothing went right for the Tigers in that game 3 loss. Literally nothing. It was such an uninspiring performance all the way from the Tigers, all the way around from the Tigers, that, as I said, you wouldn't want to see that in the regular season, let alone in October, bro, in a critical game 3, you know? Like, the vibes were so bad coming into this game 4, and then in the early parts of this game 4, things weren't getting any better. Things were looking so dire. Things were looking so incredibly bad for the Tigers to begin this game as we got to the halfway point of this one. You know, Seattle got to that early 1-0 lead, and then Casey, even with the run he gave up in the 2nd inning, just one mistake that he gave up to Josh Naylor there, and that run obviously ended up scoring. But, like, he was dealing. Like, Casey, I didn't think you should have pulled him there. I don't think there's really a lot of people that feel like you should have pulled Casey Mize there. But yeah, AJ pulls Casey, and it left me and a lot of Tiger fans scratching our heads like, all right, AJ's obviously smart. He knows, which I know some of you are going to laugh at that statement, but but like, seriously, like, you know, there are some things that AJ does that we don't necessarily agree with, but there are other times that he does something that's like, wow, what a move. What a chess piece, you know, movement there from AJ Hinch. Like, you know, we might have some issues with AJ Hinch and some of the decisions that he makes, but there are other times where it's like, wow, AJ Hinch, like, this is the best manager in the game. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? But pulling Casey Mize there, again, left me scratching my head, left a lot of us scratching our heads, because he was dealing 6 strikeouts and only 1 run in 3 innings pitched. I don't know. I guess it's easier to say this in hindsight, but I would have left him in. I think we all would have left him in, but it's neither here or there. So you pull Casey, you bring in Tyler Holton, who loads the bases. He gets pulled, nobody out. Here comes Kyle Finnegan. You're bringing Kyle Finnegan into, you know, a major spot early in the ball game. So you're losing one of your highest leverage guys at such an early point in the ball game. You know, he gives up 1 run. I guess it's a positive that he only gave up 1 run that was charged to Tyler. It could have been way worse, so I'll give credit to Finnegan for that, but gives up a run that makes it 2-0 Seattle, and then Finnegan gives up another run the next inning. It's 3-0 Seattle. The offense is doing absolutely nothing against, you know, Seattle's starter, Bryce Miller, who, what was it? His ERA on the season was like over 5. You know, there are a lot of people joking, but at the same time not joking, that Bryce Miller was going to shove against the Tigers in this baseball game, even though he has such a high season ERA, and that's exactly what was happening, bro. That's exactly what was happening. Just, this is all to say, like, the vibes were not great coming into this game, and the vibes were not any better to start this game as well. Seattle's rolling. They have all the momentum in the world, both offensively and pitching-wise. Like, again, man, I was so expecting to come in front of this camera, just grumpy and angry and sad, just being like, all right, the season's over. Like, where do we go from here, man? Where do we go from here? And then, with our backs against the wall, vibes are down, Comerica Park is booing. Comerica Park is booing the Tigers. Something just clicked. Something just clicked for the Tigers all the way around, offensively and pitching-wise. Something just clicked. We quickly captured the momentum, and we did not give it back. Nine unanswered runs from this Tigers offense. The Tigers offense that I talked about it last night. Outside of one inning, the 7th inning of Game 3 in Cleveland, an offense that hasn't done anything this postseason. This offense put up 9 unanswered throughout multiple innings. It's not just like one 9 spot in one inning. It was the 3 runs in the 5th inning. It was the 4 runs in the 6th inning. It was 1 more in the 7th and then 1 more in the 8th. We got a little spark there offensively. Again, like I said, we got the momentum and we did not look back from there. That 5th inning, that 3-run 5th inning, you have the Dylan Dingler RBI single to score Z-Mac to make it 3-1. We have some life. Here comes Javy Jones, who has been so clutch for us this season. I remember, Game 2, whenever that was, that he pinch hit for Riley, and he didn't deliver in that big-time spot. That's an outlier, bro. That was an outlier. Javy Jones, as he has throughout this entire season, outside of that one spot in Cleveland, he delivers again there for the Tigers, pinch hitting for, I believe, it was Parker, scores Dingler, that makes it 3-2, and then postseason Javy, who was an absolute monster in this game and has really been one of the only bright spots really for this offense throughout the entire postseason. He ties the game there. RBI single to score Javy Jones. Comerica Park is now rocking. 6th inning, the 4-run 6th inning. It all starts with a Riley Green solo homer to give the Tigers a 4-3 lead. Obviously, what ended up being the go-ahead winning run for the Tigers in this game. Riley Green finally gets going. He finally wakes up like we have been waiting for, not just in this series, all October, bro. All October. Riley hits that solo homer to make it 4-3 Tigers. After that, Z-Mac, who had 3 hits in this ball game, 3 hits for Z-Mac. He's another one who has just been so ice cold outside of, that one big moment in Cleveland and then another big moment in Game 1 in this series as well. But other than that, he has been ice cold in this series. 3 hits for him in this Game 4 victory. He gets an RBI single score torque to make it 5-3. And then postseason Javy, bro. Postseason Javy with that 2-run homer. Bro, his first postseason homer in 8 years. Postseason Javy's first October homer in 8 effing years. That had to feel so good for him, man. Comerica Park is absolutely electric. Man, as someone who I've been trying to stick by Javy because everyone has just been crapping on the guy, which deservedly so. Like, it hasn't been great so far in the Old English D for Javy. I'm not gonna run from that. It hasn't been great for Javy so far in the Old English D. I've tried to stay with him. I've tried to support him because, man, I think it was like everyone's crapping on him, which is certainly so, but like everyone's hating on him. He needs somebody. He needs somebody to show him some love and be like, yeah, Javy, you're still my guy. Let's go. To see Javy doing what he is doing right now and to see him have this game, have that 2-run homer, have 4 RBIs. 4 in this Game 4 win for the Tigers, bro. It warms my heart. It puts a big time smile on my face. That's my postseason Javy, man. Let's go, Javy. Let's go. And then we weren't done there. 7th inning, Gleyber Torres. Gleyber Torres hits a homer. What? And then last but not least, in the 8th inning, again, postseason Javy with his 4th RBI on the game. That fielder's choice to score Z-Mac and make it 9-3 Tigers. Like I said, man, I cannot believe this Tigers offense just did that. I cannot believe we were talking about an offensive explosion like we saw in this game from this Tigers team when their backs were just completely against the wall. Comerica Park is booing them, as deservingly so. Man, I can't believe we're talking about it, but I'm so happy that we are. Now, they better keep it going. Like I said a couple minutes ago, they better not get, shut out or something stupid in Game 5 in Seattle, bro. I will be so mad. We will be so mad if this offense just completely goes cold and quiet now in this winner-take-all Game 5. They better take some of this offense with them to Seattle for this Game 5, man. But yeah, we'll worry about that when the time comes. Nonetheless, what a job from this Tigers offense today. What a job from Javy. What a job from this offense. And then pitching wise, bro, Troy Melton. Like he's Braun Breaker. Absolute dog. He was great in game 1, his start to begin this series, and he was great today in relief. 3 scoreless, 3 strikeouts. He kept us in this ball game. He single-handedly, from a pitching standpoint, kept us in this ball game. It certainly helps that the offense was also helping him out, but yeah, dude, from a pitching standpoint, Troy Melton deserves all the credit in the world. He kept us in this game. He kept that high-powered Seattle offense quiet again, as he did for the most part in game 1. I don't know what to say other than absolute dog. I don't know what other to say than that. Big-time spot, big-time moment for him to come out of the bullpen into this game. And he delivered. He absolutely delivered. Man, I know it's not just me. I talked about it following the game 1 win. Like, I really like Troy Melton. I really do, man. I think he's got a bright future in the Old English D, particularly as a starter. Like, I really like Troy Melton. I'm very excited to see what the future holds for him in the Old English D here in the Motor City. And I know it's not just me. I had people comment in that video and message me, tweet at me, like all that, saying, yeah, Troy Melton's a dude, man. He is going to be a dude for us. Yeah, absolutely. Troy Melton, give him all the credit in the world. He was freaking fantastic for the Tigers in this ball game. And then, yeah, Will Vest comes in there in the 9th inning. I don't entirely love that we used Will Vest there. I mean, it's a 6-run game. You love to just not use him and save him for Game 5, but that's not to say he's not going to be available for Game 5. Like, of course he's going to be available for Game 5. Part of me doesn't love using Will Vest there in a 6-run game, but then another part of me is like, just bring in Will Vest and just lock this down, bro. Just bring him in, lock this down. Don't give Seattle any kind of hope. Don't give them any kind of life to come back into this ball game. And that's what happened. Will Vest came in there, out. 1, 2, 3 goes Seattle. Will locks it down. They get no hope. They get not even the littlest bit of life because Will came in there and shoved as he usually always does. And the Tigers get the win. It started so bad. It started so bad, man. But it doesn't matter how you start. What matters is how you finish. It doesn't matter how you start. It matters how you finish. And how we started this game versus how we finished this game, 2 completely different things, man. It's like that first half, second half thing. The first half of this game, you know, they had us in the first half, not going to lie. Seattle had us in the first half, not going to lie. But then in the second half, when we needed to, offensively and pitching-wise, we absolutely locked in. And here we are celebrating a Game 4 victory for the Tigers to force a winner-take-all Game 5 back in Seattle with the best pitcher on the planet, Tarik Skubal, on the mound. We can't ask for a better spot. This is the perfect scenario for the Tigers going into this winner-take-all Game 5 game. Now, I have had some people message me, oh, this kind of reminds me of Cleveland last year. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You know, we went on the road for a winner-take-all Game 5 in the DS with Tarik Skubal on the mound, and you see how that ended. That ties into the whole point of me saying, like, I'm done predicting this baseball team, bro. You know, I'm not going to try to hold my head too high. Like, I'm not going to ride into Seattle as a fan and just be like, yeah, we got Skubal on the mound. Yeah, the Mariners got no chance. We got Skubal going tonight. We're going to win this ball game. Like, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm done predicting this team. I felt great going into Game 2 for the same thing. We had Skubal on the mound, and you saw those results. Similarly, last year, ALDS Game 5 in Cleveland, Skubal on the mound. I'm not going to lie. I was like, yeah, we got this. We have Skubal on the mound. We're going to win this game and punch our ticket to the CS. And you saw how that went. So, yeah, this is all to say, I'm done predicting this team. I am done predicting this team. Last ALDS Game 5, Game 2, and then even Game 3 going to Game 4. You know, I wasn't feeling great going into this game following Game 3, and look what happened. We're talking about a win now when it looked like it looked bad, and it was looking like for a while there that I was going to be talking about the Tigers season being over. Again, this is all to say I am done predicting this baseball team because I've gotten it wrong every single time, one way or the other. If I'm feeling great, they lose. Then if I feel crappy, they win. So I'm done feeling any type of way for this baseball team. I'm done trying to predict them. I'm just going to go into this game 5 with a calm, level head. I'm not going to get too confident. I'm not going to get too cocky. Whatever happens, happens. Like, that's going to be my mindset going into game 5. I'm not going to feel great. I'm not going to feel great. I'm not going to feel bad. We're just going to go into game 5, and whatever happens, happens. Now, with that said, and this will be the last thing I say here because I feel like I'm just rambling, and we're going to end the video here. With all that said, as I mentioned about a minute or two ago, this is still the perfect spot for the Tigers to go into this winner-take-all Game 5 on the road with Taraskubal, the best pitcher on the planet, on the mound. This is the perfect spot for this Tigers team. So with that, let's see what happens in Game 5. Let's see what happens in this winner-take-all Game 5 with Taraskubal on the mound. We're following the game. You know, we're going to be sitting here and we're either going to be celebrating another big Tigers win in which we are going to the ALCS for the first time since, what would that be, 2013? Jeez. Or we're going to be sitting here heartbroken talking about the season being over. I cannot wait for that. I can't wait for Friday night, man. It's about to be an exciting 2 days here in the Motor City, man. Thursday night, we got the Wings season opener, which I will be at, by the way. I'm going with some buddies. I cannot wait. I'm so excited for this Red Wings season. The youth movement is here. It's the centennial season with the jerseys. And, the aura surrounding the Red Wings going to this season prompted me to buy tickets for opening night, bro. I can't wait. So you got that Thursday night, and then Friday night, you've got winner-take-all Game 5 with Taraskubal on the mound. Don't get too excited. Don't get too excited, Tony. Don't get too excited. Just go into Game 5. Whatever happens, happens. Yeah, whatever happens, happens. We will see you following Game 5 in Seattle. Until then, that's all I got for you in this one, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate it as always. As I mentioned earlier in the video, leave a like on this one and hit a postseason hobby dinger on that subscribe button. I very much appreciate it. We're still alive, baby. We live to fight another day. I will see you following the winner-take-all Game 5, Tigers and Mariners from Seattle. Until then, as always, go Tigers, baby.